Hi y'all, Julia here on another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Just beautiful, just beautiful. It is February 21st, 2022, or so they tell us. And I hope if you're still somebody who's working in the matrix that you didn't go to work today and standing up against all these measures they have going on in today's world. We can see that we are going through a revolution. We're in the process of a paradigm shift one way or another. Let's make this the right way. And what I wanted to talk about today was to ask people to consider what they really want. Do you really want to stay in the matrix and work that matrix job and pay that matrix mortgage and that matrix car payment? Or live in that apartment that costs, high rent? Is that what living is? Just to have the car payment so you can have the car so you can get to work, so you can have the car so you can go to work. And then, of course, all the other expenses with work, like wardrobe, etc. Although more people are working from home. But the bottom line is, if you're paying taxes, you're contributing to the evil establishment. And that's what made me get out of the matrix initially, was I didn't want to pay taxes anymore. So I quit my job. And I just maneuvered my way into other ways to make money on my own. I'm a biofield tuning practitioner, Reiki master, and so I do that now. And I don't need much money because I don't do much. I hang out with the animals, and I try to just eat whole foods. I'm looking more and more to find places where I can get my food without paying for it. Like there's a lot of fruit trees around, and I have some friends here in Portugal that have offered free fruit, just have to go get it, so that kind of thing. And mostly I spend my money on the animals. I like to make them dog food, but don't really need a lot. But yeah, and people think they own things like their house, even though they're paying on it. Usually, often 30-year mortgage, and even if your house is paid off, you owe taxes every year, and if you don't pay the taxes, you don't get to keep your property. So you never really own anything anyway. What I think we should all do is just go live wherever and all this open land everywhere. And I actually did that this summer in Spain, summer 2020, 2021. I went and lived in a tent, in my tent, just set up on a nice little piece of land. It was no man's land. It's a great view of the ocean near my nephew Kenneth, who's a stroke victim due to being a victim of a crime in Austin, Texas. Kenneth Johnson, Austin, Texas. You can look that up. It'll tell you his story. And 2014 is when that happened. But anyway, he's a stroke victim, so I needed to be near him while I was camping in my tent. He was staying in an RV at some German friends that he has there on their property. So I just stayed near him, set up my tent, and it was great. And the only reason I had to leave is because of my dog Cosmo. His family, who is a home-free, homeless group of dogs, kept coming around and bothering nearby livestock. So that's when I got here to Portugal via my awesome friend Penny. And things just keep getting better all the time. But right now I'm not living in my tent. My tent is my she shed. I do have it pitched in the front yard. But I live in the house, in a very nice house with very nice people. Kenneth has his area, I have my area, and our housemate has his area. Very nice arrangement. Couldn't even imagine anything as cool as what we have now. This is where I get to walk my dogs every day. So, yeah, it's wonderful. And and so like stress free and drama free. But I think some people like, or I don't know if that I would say like it, but they're so accustomed to stress and drama and familiar with it that that's actually what they manifest and propagate in their lives. But I've never liked a lot of stress and drama. I'm the type of person who will just walk away from an argument. I don't really see the need when there's anger involved to have discussions with people. But a lot of people obviously like drama. But yeah, if you want drama and you want to stay in the matrix, then you're probably not listening to this anyway. But yeah, is that what you want, you know? And I know if you have family and kids and that type of thing, it's not an easy task to make that move of getting out of the matrix. But for so many of us, it's very doable. It's very doable. You just have to decide, you know, it might seem like a sacrifice initially, but I think you'll find out it's not down the road. And some of you have a lot of financial resources to start off the journey as a free sovereign, you know? Someone who's not under the thumb of the tax man, because if you own property, that's what you are. You're still under their thumb. They can increase that property tax anytime they want, and even if it's a small amount, if you don't pay it, they'll still come take your property. So, you know, it's just like this constant stressful existence, you know, working those jobs and trying to keep up and make sure you make enough to pay that house note and pay those car payments. Or if you do have them all paid off, you know, keep them up. And, you know, I know some people that have lots of properties and lots of money, and all they do is stress out about every penny they have and worry about it, you know, and they're supposed to be the ones that are successful in our culture. But remember, culture is a cult, and we're not doing it too well. You know, we need to get back to nature more, back into small communities and help each other out. Our priorities need to be the children, so the children don't get damaged like we've all been damaged. And so, you know, we're all walking around damaged goods. Most of us don't even know we need to heal emotionally, or even what it means to heal emotionally. And you know, we just wreak havoc until maybe one day we figure that out, but often not. And then, bam, it's over, and we go on to our next incarnation with not too many life lessons under our belt for this round. So, yeah, it's a real empty life to just stay in the matrix and try to keep up with the Joneses and have that status. People are so into having that new car or that new phone or those new shoes or that new bag or whatever. I don't even know what's trending anymore. But that's just so empty. And like I've said before, we got, you know, that's one place where we can all practice non-compliance is in our purchasing. If you really need something, buy it pre-owned. Simple. If everybody would just do that, only buy what we need, buy it pre-owned, wow, change everything. So, yeah, do you want to stay in the matrix? Or do you want to live as a free person? A free sovereign being, like you're meant to? There's Sweet Tiger, she just came back. There's Biggie, and Cosmo's over there somewhere. But yeah, think about what you really want as we're going through this paradigm shift. Because if you just stay in the matrix, doing the same old, I don't even know if that's going to be possible. Because, like I've said before, we'll either go into a technocracy, which most people won't have to work, they'll just have that earned income credit, or we'll go into a paradigm where we're going back to nature and learning how to be one with nature again and work with nature. I mean, if you just even look at some older architecture, you can see it was more with nature without even going into Tartaria or mud flood or any of that. But yeah, that's the key, you know. Simplify, simplify, simplify. What really matters in this life is how much we care for each other and cooperate with each other and help each other and love each other. Not how much stuff we get and how cool our stuff is and how new our stuff is. You know, that's not what it's supposed to be about. It needs to be about each other. We don't get to take any of that crap with us anyway. So, yeah, just ponder what you really want in life and see if there's some actual moves you can make to make that happen. If you trust, I mean, Source always provides everything you need. Even when I was a stout atheist, I would get down in situations where I didn't see any hope of getting out of them, and bam, things would happen. So yeah, and when I was a drug addict, the universe always provided all the drugs I wanted too. You know, Source gives us what we want, whether it's beneficial for us or not, because if we really have that desire, we get what we want. So that part's easy, you know, you just put the intention that everything will flow great, you'll have all the abundance you need, and that's how it'll be. It's really that simple. You know, we're in control of this reality, we're co-creators, and we create it. So let's use that imagination and create a magnificent reality and make those physical changes too. And think about what you really want and what you can do. And of course, I've also talked about doing your emotional healing via language lessons of the heart is one way. And again, I'll put that playlist in the comments. I think it's in most of my videos. But yeah, is it possible for you to just do what I did and quit your job? And you know, like I said, some of y'all have the resources to get you a nice setup, get you a nice RV, or as they call them here in Europe, caravan, or a tiny house on wheels, or whatever. Like I got me a really nice tent, a big octagon tent. I wish I got a canvas one, but I didn't have the budget for that. But yeah, what's your way out? Do you want out? Do you want to stay in? Do you want to stay half in, half out? Let me know what you think. And thanks for listening. Have a great day, morning, evening, wherever you are. And tomorrow's a big day, 2/22/2022. All right, ciao, ciao.